Good morning, guys. It's 4 days after Elvis Presley's 90th birthday. It's January 12th. What's going on? It is Sunday, and you know what that means. I try to do my reviews or say what's up a little bit on Sundays. I hope everybody had a really good weekend, maybe a very cool Friday, awesome Saturday. Had a double birthday party yesterday, meaning I have a close family. Two of my cousins, their kids have January birthdays, and we had a skating party at 10 o'clock in the morning, and then a couple hours after that, and then we had a swimming party. And the swimming party was indoors. It was heated. It was awesome. It was very cold in one room, yabba dabba, but it is 30 degrees right now. It's too cold. Still a lot going on in California, guys. To anybody that's viewing from California and that is affected by those fires, man, we are with you. Our prayers and I know the prayers and thoughts, sometimes people will say that's not enough, and then that's true. So if you can, find a cause, but don't just donate to a cause that's worthy. Make sure you donate to someone that's worthy to donate to that art. We'll make sure that money goes to that cause. There's a lot of, I won't get into it, but there's a lot of charities where higher ups or people will take portions of the money, and that you think is going to maybe affect somebody. You want 100% of that, or most of all of it, okay, going. And I understand if it's a business or whatever, and they have to. People have lives, and people have to run business, open the doors and pay for lights and all that. I get it. So we won't get into that. But today we're gonna talk about a few things. I've had questions about, the watches and stuff. Will I do watch reviews? Will I do a review on more bracelets? So the answer to the bracelet thing is I could, but I'm at my sweet spot. So what things that I have had over time and that I've gotten rid of, I can't really come back and be like, hey, this is, a 3.2 heavy link. Well, I wish that I had that stuff still, and maybe someday I'll find it. But if I've made videos and I've lost a bunch of them. So, but the thing is with jewelry, I say you want a rope. I don't know if I should get a 5 or a 6 or a 7. And by God, I got on Jacoji.com. There's a 6.5, and I know that if I get diamond cut, there, you lose some of it. And how much am I gonna? So that's where I want to try to help, because there's other reviews out there. Try Truth with Mike Hall, and just a bunch of different ones, guys, that have been out there for a while, and you can go check those out. And this is just one more, because maybe everybody's smaller or bigger or whatever. I don't know. Maybe it's a woman. I'm almost 6'4", 245 pounds. So it's like, if you see me, maybe, okay, that's what that looks like on him. Because, for instance, this is a 24-inch with a pendant, a standard Boss Cross, a flooded Boss Cross from Jacoji. And this is that 5mm concave curb from links.com, which is, because I get headaches and stuff like that, it's probably my go-to chain, my favorite chain. I've been wearing it a lot with the pendant. Pardon me, excuse me for that. And I love it. But the thing is with the jewelry, so I'm trying to help save you money, and I think that's what a lot of these other people do, because it's like, man, we bought the 5, and we're like, I wish I would have had the 6, and so we went ahead and went up to the 7, and it was like, well, we sold the 7 and we bought a 6, and we thought that was the perfect size, but then we bought so it's like, if we had them, check that out. Watches, you either buy a watch because, you go in and you're a watch collector, just period, and you're going to buy different watches. And if you're that kind of money with jewelry, maybe you're going to buy a rope, maybe you buy a Cuban, maybe you buy a flat, so, but maybe you buy, different kind of watches. My reviews are kind of for the people that, and not for anybody in particular. I mean, I like just watching jewelry videos or watch videos too. But I hope that it helps somebody make a purchase that is, going to, mainly only, buy one chain and they're afraid. I hope that I help them. That, I went with the 5mm, or someone said just bought a 4mm concave bracelet because of you. By the way, I was going to do some shout outs. I started one last week. It was Friday, and it cut me off at 10 minutes, so I just kind of gave up and went and played Madden. So we are going to do that probably later on. By we, I mean me. And I will get into some comments and questions. But the watch thing, if you're going to buy, people are wondering about luxury watches. First of all, I will never be able to own a boutique or, anything like that. That's just not me. If you're talking about brands like Rolex or something like that, first of all, it's not like you're in between a 5, a 6, and a 7mm rope. If you're going to buy and spend that much money on a watch, you kind of are like, oh, I like the GMTs, or oh, I like a Datejust, or you're not. So the only reason you would even need me to tell you or show you anything would be like, well, oh, you want a Datejust? Oh, okay. Well, do you want a fluted or smooth bezel? What do you want for your markers? Do you want diamond? So it's just, that's already decisions you're going to make, because you're going to know what you like. Do I want a Jubilee bracelet or an Oyster bracelet? And do I care if it has papers? If you're going to buy that kind of stuff, guys, always, unless you're getting a really good deal on the watch, buy with papers in a box. Not just for authenticity, okay? But if you ever decide to resell that watch, or you pass it down, someone sells it or whatever, I think it's like 10 or 15% more if you have that paperwork in that box. But anyways, you already know what you want when it comes to watches. So beside all that, it would be 36. What do you want? You want a 36mm or a 41? And that's it. That would be it to me. I don't know what else I could really tell you. The most of it would just be me showing you those things. And I don't really show anything to show it. I'm trying to help, the individual that's really on the curve, or, edge. I don't want to say curve, I'm holding this. Should I get a rope or a Cuban, or I can't afford a Cuban and I want to get a 5mm. Somebody asked me what thickness this was, and or millimeter, I can't remember what the terms, but I think they're meaning like, side to up. And so I will check that out, and I'll do that on the comment one coming up. But again, so 36mm, 41, that's size, guys, of the circle here. But what the video is kind of going to be about today is, how do I wear bracelets and or watches, okay? Because I've had that question a lot. If you've seen, this is where Braid and I differ, I think, at least for now. If you guys check out his Jacoji page, Jacoji links, he is currently wearing, it's like a 12 or 14mm Figaro bracelet. So I wear a 7.5 inch wrist, okay? That's what I have, and that's what this is. I don't like my bracelets to come down to here. I've had that. It kind of irritates me, it tickles me. And he has a short or something. Would I buy that again? Because all day long it's clanging on the desk. You really don't have that, guys, if you get them tailored to you. Now I know some of you are going to be like, shut up. That's not the way you wear them. You wear them down. Listen, you wear them however you want to wear them. If they come down to here, if you can handle that, go for it. Because the truth is, you just got more gold or whatever, silver on your arm, so on your wrist. So congratulations. I'm just saying, for me personally, doesn't matter the millimeter. If it's a 5mm rope or a 10mm Cuban, guys, I want it tailored to me. And I think that's the best word to use. Because if you work where there's machinery, or if you work where anything's dangerous, or you work with even just around the house, guys, the bigger it is, it's going to get caught on stuff. It's going to, not just the clanging of the more, and be very careful wearing loose jewelry around machinery. Very careful. You do not want to get pulled in by your chain and find out that, oh man, well, that box lock really did work. Okay. Just to me, I like to get that tailored size where it goes about right there. If my wrist goes up, it's not coming all the way down to here. And then also it goes to about right there. And that's where my bracelets will always be, if you look. And my, Braden's is the man. So to me, I just feel like if he were to chop that bracelet down and make it more tailored to Braden, he would like it better, because when he's doing stuff, it's not going to be all the way down here clanging on the desk. It's going to be up here on his wrist. But again, that is like me telling, Mike Jordan how to shoot free throws. I'm not doing that, so I'm not going there. I do want to give you a hint, though. A great way to measure your wrist, okay? Or if you do want your chain or your bracelet, okay, say like you want your bracelet to be looser than what I have. What you will do is you take a foam cord, take a chain that you already have, a necklace, okay? Anything you got, rope, shoestring, doesn't matter. Take it, put it around your arm, okay? So once you got it around your arm, pinch it to where you want it. I don't recommend skin tight. Always have it about up here, okay? And then what you would do is, if you want it looser, just come up a little more. But then when you're done, let go of that, and it'll hang down here. And then you measure that to that, and that will be the size of the bracelet you will want. And if it says 7.55, you're going to want a 7.5 or something like that, because it's pretty close, okay? Do it a couple times, measure a couple times, make sure that you're getting that. And then I think that's a really, really smart way to check out your wrist size. Okay. As for wearing a watch, there are countless, and another reason I don't want to talk about watches is because some of y'all snobby. Some of these watch, I love people, and I love watching the videos, and I laugh, but I don't want to be the one getting laughed at. So the fact is, you should wear your jewelry however it makes you happy. I see people, again, when I wear a watch, I don't want it flopping around. Simple and plain. I don't want it moving around. And the nicer the watch, or the more reflective surfaces, if it flops around, guys, that's just more chances of it whacking stuff. Again, if you're moving your hand around my watch and where it sits, it doesn't hit the desk. So I know that some people will get really nice watches, and I'm not gonna lie, it's usually people that get the gold watches because they don't want to lose that link. They're like, no, I'm good. And the watch may be coming all the way over to here and back, and you're just like, no, I want that extra gold in there. And to me, it's like, well, if your watch, because the watches are supposed to be classy, in my opinion, there's two different things. There's a watch and there's a timepiece, and a timepiece can be a Timex. To me, I don't care. I am not that guy that's going to say, Rolex over Seiko, or you can't wear this, or it's like, get what makes you happy. Who cares if you find a blue watch in Walmart and you like it, pick it up and wear it, you know. But I'm just saying, with me, I want everything tailored to me. You know, if I were to wear a chain up here, it would probably be a 21 inch, right? And I know most people get 20. Well, the 22 on me is probably a 20 inch. So that 21 inch is kind of a choker, and that's not really, I think that's a little too short for some people, but you know, that is what it is. So you're gonna have, if I were to say, this is how I wear my watch, I guarantee you, somebody who watches this video in the future is going to be like, that's not how you wear your watch. And that's absolutely fine. I'm totally okay with that. I love you, man, woman, whoever, man. I don't care, man. This is for the ones that I've asked, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna just go ahead and make some content on that, because this is the same as buying the 5mm, the 6mm, or the 7. But now we're talking about sizing, and it's like, how do you want it? So do you want it to come low? Or do you want it to be more tailored like mine? Do what makes you happy. And another thing is, realistically, if you have a bigger bracelet and you don't like it, you can have it cut down, okay? You get it too short, you can't go back. Can't go back, Bob. Anybody remember Walking Dead? So, I would definitely say, when it comes to watches, there's a bone that you have right here. Everybody has it. And that is where I wear my watch, okay? It is right here. Now, some people will wear these all the way down here, because you have this much room. That could actually come all the way down here. And some people wear them like that. I think if you were to look in a lot of books, I think, or research about a watch, or where to wear it, or how to wear it, or even if you were to go to a site, maybe if you go to a Seiko site, maybe go to Rolex or something, but any of the wrists that these watches are on, that's about the location. And that's a very safe location, guys. It's safe. And because it's not down here where you're hitting anything. Now, if you're right-handed, technically you're supposed to wear your watch on your left hand. And if you're left-handed, technically you're supposed to wear your watch on your right hand. So, you know, do what makes you happy, okay? When it comes down to it, jewelry is an expression of yourself. And if you're wearing it because you're somebody else, then, you know, the saying is, be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. Come on, all right? You know, I love that. So it's like, just be yourself. Don't have to impress anybody. Life's too short, you know. I just, you know, if you want to wear a watch that comes down here, wear it. Okay, if you want to wear bracelets that hang super low, I mean, you guys can see that. I still have plenty of room. I would never let that happen on this, though. Never. So I just, on a watch, it would drive me nuts. I am all about symmetric stuff, and so I just need, what is the symmetry of it? You know, I need it to be right there. You know, I want that dial right there in the middle of my wrist. You know, if there's a clasp or anything, or a logo, or, you know, there's always a clasp. I don't know if you can get it on. I would love it right here in the middle of the wrist. Okay. Some watches fit better than other watches. You're gonna have to find, everything fits different for everybody, guys. So when it comes down to it, though, I just wear how you want to wear it. For me, if I'm wearing really loose jewelry, it's just, I want it to look like it's my jewelry, if that makes sense. I don't want it to look like I just went in and bought it and threw it on and walked out, or bought it from somebody else. I want to look like I went to a store, or I knew what I was doing, or it's an everyday look. I don't ever take bracelets off. Ever. they're not. It's not necessary to me because they become a part of me, and that's probably one of my favorite parts of jewelry. I don't take it off because I don't feel them when I sleep. I don't feel it, just walking around. I mean, I'm noticing it now because I'm talking about it. But guys, it's just, if it was bigger, and especially in the summer, I can always feel it. They're warmer. It's warmer out, kind of itchy, sweaty. So it's just. But when it's something that's tailored to you, I think not only does it look a little better, it looks a little classier. When you have a watch that fits, and you have jewelry or bracelets that fit, and everybody's going to be very picky about stuff, but do you notice how this sits right above? I mean, that is pretty much any sort of jewelry. So when I wear this is where most logos are. So Jacoji shirts, I've told you before, it's really, I've almost worn those in a lot of reviews, and the reason why is because that logo is, if you see something, you see me wearing a 22-inch or a 26 or a 24, you'd be like, oh, that's how that sits on him. Today, this is a 24-inch, guys, so I think I said at the beginning. But we're going to let you go. We've rambled on a little too long. Again, that's my feelings on, how to wear a watch, how to wear a bracelet. And if you disagree, please don't hate, okay? But comment. Because here's the truth. Everybody's different, and maybe somebody else is on the edge, and maybe I just talked them back, and maybe you can push them back forward to where they felt, because maybe they love wearing loose bracelets, and now, maybe first of all, have you changed your opinion because of me? Don't. My thing is to confirm what you thought you already knew. Okay, that's all I'm here for. I'm not here to change anybody. I just want you to know that that's not my goal. My goal is to be like, oh yeah, you know what? I was in between the 5 or 6, and I really think I should just get the 6, or do this, or if you guys have questions, I will always try to answer them. This is the end of that. I'm just going to say real quick on football. If you guys want to cut off, you can cut off now. But football-wise, guys, playoffs. You see that I wore my Cowboys. Know that there are see you in September bound, but that is absolutely okay. I will love them until the day I die. Think it's going to be a very, very cool playoffs. We've already had Baltimore beat Pittsburgh last night. Texans beat the Chargers. Sorry, Braden. I know you're a Chargers fan. But wow. I mean, even when something well happened for them and they threw that long that long touchdown, they get the block extra point return for 2. It's like, man, that is Dallas Cowboys written all over. But you have Jim Harbaugh, and that dude's a winner. Okay, so Herbert, year 2 next year under his system. Booyah. Pittsburgh, a lot of people didn't think Pittsburgh were going to do very well. It was going to do very well at all, but Mike Tomlin's the man. Period. One of the best coaches in the NFL. But as for Dallas, next year's our year. Dallas is definitely going to beat the Cowboys in the Super Bowl. That's my prediction. Dallas over the Cowboys, because seems like they always beat themselves. Yeah, I said that. So I love you guys. Remember, the 2 most important days of your life are the day you were born and the day you realize why.